So I work at this morgue, right? It's not a job for everyone, but it pays the bills. Mostly, it's just me and my partner Rick handling the night shifts. Rick's been doing this way longer than me, so he knows all the ropes. But this one night, he had to bail, some family emergency or whatever, leaving me to run the whole show solo. I wasn't exactly thrilled, but hey, how hard could it be? The shift started off as usual. I did the rounds, checked the bodies, made sure everything was where it should be. It's creepy, sure, but you get used to it. Or so I thought. The thing about working nights is it's dead quiet. Every sound seems louder, every shadow seems darker. But I had my music playing, trying to keep the vibe somewhat normal. It was around 2 a.m. when things started getting weird. The music on my phone just stopped, like out of nowhere. I thought maybe my phone died or something, but nope, it was fine. Just silent. Then I started hearing these noises. Not the usual building settling noises, but something different, like shuffling. I told myself it was nothing, just my imagination getting the better of me. I decided to do another round just to ease my mind. That's when I saw it. One of the body drawers was slightly open. I froze. I was sure I had closed them all. I mean, that's Morgue 101, right? Always make sure the bodies are secured. I walked over telling myself there was a logical explanation. Maybe I forgot. Maybe it was faulty. But deep down I knew. I remembered closing it. I slowly pushed the drawer closed, my heart racing. That's when I heard it. A gasp. Not from me, from inside the drawer. I jumped back, nearly tripping over myself. My mind was racing, trying to rationalize what I just heard. Bodies don't breathe. They can't. Then it happened. The unthinkable. I heard the sound of another drawer opening behind me. I spun around, and I kid you not, I saw a figure sitting up. The dim light barely illuminated the room, but I saw it, clear as day. A body, sitting up. I couldn't move, couldn't scream. Then more sounds, more drawers. It was like everything went crazy at once. Shadows moving, whispers filling the air. I don't know how I found the courage, but I ran. I didn't look back, didn't stop to see if it was real or my mind playing tricks on me. I just ran out of there as fast as I could, not stopping until I was out in the parking lot, gasping for air. I've never believed in ghosts, never believed the dead could walk. But that night in the morgue, I saw something. Something that's haunted me ever since. I don't know what to make of it. Don't know if I'm going crazy or if the stress of the job finally got to me. But I know one thing for sure. I'm never working a night shift alone again. Ever. It was my first real task working in the morgue. Yeah, that place where the dead rest before their final goodbye. Creepy to some, but to me, it was supposed to be the start of something new. A career, maybe. They had me on embalming duty. Simple, right? That's what I thought too. So there I was, standing in front of this body, and young women looked peaceful, like she was just sleeping. The thing about embalming is, you gotta use the right fluids, mix them just so. They showed me how, made it sound all easy and straightforward. But when it was my turn, man, I was nervous. Shaky hands, sweaty forehead, the works. I started the process, trying to remember every step. The machine was humming along, and for a moment I thought, hey, maybe I can do this. But then something weird happened. The body, it started changing colors. Not like a little change, but like turning blue, then green. It was freaking surreal, like something out of a bad dream. Panic set in. I triple-checked everything, went over my steps, but couldn't figure out what went wrong. I must have mixed the fluids wrong, got the proportions off or something. The realization hit me like a ton of bricks. I messed up, big time. I had to tell my supervisor, show him the mess I made. Her face, man, it went through all the colors of the rainbow, kind of like the body did. He was mad, but more than that, disappointed. Said it was a first for him, seeing something like this. The worst part wasn't even the mistake itself. It was thinking about the young women family, how this was supposed to be a part of their closure, a respectful send-off. And I ruined that with my two left hands. Cleaning up the mess took forever. The image of the color-changing body burned into my mind. When it was all said and done, I walked out of there with my head down, feeling smaller than I ever had. Sad not just for the mistake, but for the realization that maybe this job, this responsibility, was too much for someone like me. I learned a lot that day about attention to detail, about the weight of responsibility. But most of all, I learned how one mistake can change everything, leaving you walking away with your head down, carrying a heavy heart. So there I was, fresh and kind of excited in a weird way to learn how everything works down there. It's quiet, eerie, but fascinating. They got me started on this machine that drains blood from bodies. Sounds gross, I know, but it's a part of the whole process. They showed me how to operate it once, and then it was my turn. What could go wrong, right? Everything was going smoothly at first. I hooked up the machine like they showed me, all confident and stuff. Then I turned it on. It hummed to life, and I felt like I was finally getting the hang of this job. But then out of nowhere, the machine starts shaking, like really shaking. And I'm standing there, clueless about what to do, when suddenly, bam, the thing just bursts. Blood everywhere. It was like a scene straight out of a horror movie. On the walls, the ceiling, me. I froze for a second, couldn't believe what just happened. Then panic set in. I'm frantically trying to stop the machine, hitting every button in sight, but it's no use. The damage is done. The room looks like a crime scene, and I'm in the middle of it, covered in blood. After what felt like an eternity, I finally managed to shut the thing off. Silence. Just me, breathing heavy, staring at the chaos. The cleanup was a nightmare. I had to make sure every drop was cleaned up, which took hours. The whole time I'm thinking about diseases, infections. What if I caught something? It was enough to make your skin crawl. Once everything was back to some semblance of normal, and I had showered for what felt like hours trying to get the feeling of blood off me, I knew I had to get checked. No way was I taking chances. So I went and got blood work done, made sure I was clean of any diseases. The wait for those results was the longest in my life. Looking back, it's a story to tell, I guess. But man, what a first day. Taught me to respect the unpredictability of working in a morgue, that's for sure. And to always make sure the equipment is in good condition before you start. Trust me, you don't want to learn that lesson the hard way.